Hey guys, it's Schmeat back here with another video. I didn't do an actual reaction to the Hornets versus Pistons game, but the Hornets were back in action. We won by 3, and I'll do a little recap because I actually watched the game instead of doing a reaction, because from time to time I like doing I like not reacting and actually paying attention to the full game and see who's doing good, see who's doing bad, and we got a lot of takeaways from this. I'm going to be talking, just spewing a lot of information. So if you like these videos, if you're new, subscribe. We're less than, I think, 20 subscribers away from 400, which is my goal right now, and you could be a part of that. But my first big takeaway when I was really watching this game was Saddiq Bey. I don't think I remember hearing his name in college. I didn't watch any highlights of him. I haven't seen any highlights of him this year. I've only heard about him. He had that, I think, a 28-point night a couple weeks ago. But he has the weirdest form in the league for one of the best rookie shooters. It took me by surprise watching him, because it surprised, he's averaging 10 points this year, 39% from 3, basically 40%. And this man has a weird ass 3, and I didn't really realize it till I actually sat down and watched him hit 4 threes versus us and have 14 points. So that was my first big takeaway from this game, was Saddiq Bey has a weird ass jump shot. Next takeaway, and what's gonna be a main talking point in this video, after that Saddiq Bey comment, is I'm pretty much confident in saying we won the Terry Rozier sign and trade with Kemba Walker. I was reluctant to make this statement because I think it was kind of a hot take at the start of the year, and definitely last year I'd say it was a hot take. But as of halfway through this season, after 1.5 seasons of having Terry instead of Kemba, although I do appreciate what Kemba gave us in the 9 years he was with us, the 8 years he was with us, for us to get Terry in return rather than getting nothing was a big piece of our future. And I know the overreaction to the contract when we first got him, and that sign and trade was horrendous, because he was looked at as one of the overpaid players. But now you look at it and you say that the contract fits his production out there. I mean, he's averaging more points than Kemba. He's obviously been out on the floor more than Kemba. I mean, Kemba has become injury ridden, and it's kind of crazy to see this media transformation towards Rozier winning this trade instead of the Celtics. So that was a big takeaway for me, and this game obviously solidified it. Seeing what Rozier did in the fourth quarter, it shouldn't come as a surprise for me, but I'm always surprised when he makes these clutch shots. I swear he's one of the clutchest players in the league. I don't have the stats in front of me to justify that, but just watching him out there every night, it's good to see. And he led us to this nail biter win. And we are sitting at 500. Some other players that did pretty good is PJ Washington. I expect him to get some more minutes by JB, our coaches, second half of this season, because his production has pretty much been still. You see his points per game and his rebounds and his assists from his rookie season, and they're pretty much similar to what they are this year. And I do see a big potential for him. And I think he just needs more experience, and having a good night with 20 points, 3 assists, and 9 rebounds really showed me that. LaMelo, obviously, the biggest media appeal with the Charlotte Hornets, didn't have the best night. 7 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. It was a pretty average game for him, even though those 9 assists do look good. You just expect more from LaMelo for what he showed you in the first half of the season. His defense was okay this game. It was a pretty sloppy game, if I'm gonna be honest. And another point that I got from this game, another takeaway, which doesn't pertain to the Hornets, is Jeremy Grant and watching the Boston Celtics versus the Brooklyn Nets. Is on TNT, so it's kind of easy to watch it because it's a nationally televised game. But the Celtics need another player like Jeremy Grant. I mean, he scored 32 tonight, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. They need him, guys. And I know I already talked about the Boston Celtics with Kemba, but they're one of those teams that I expected to be a not a playoff contender, but a championship contender this season, and they don't look like that. They're the 4th or 5th seed in the standings right now. And they could use a guy like Jeremy Grant that's just a bucket getter. And if they have to trade away Kemba, I don't know if I'd be okay with that, just because Kemba going to the Pistons sounds like a Blake Griffin type of deal, where he just gets bought out in a couple years after he kind of sucks. But Blake Griffin didn't suck for like most of the years on the Pistons, just the last 2 years. But anyways, going on with the Hornets, Svi had a fine game. I thought his ceiling was a lot higher than what he's shown. I mean, averaging 7 points. His 3-point percentage is down this year. I expected him to be who's that guy on the 76ers? He was balling out in the summer league a couple years ago. But that's what I expected him to be, if I can find his name real quick. I saw Spee on the Lakers. I don't know how long ago. Let me try to find this guy's name. Furkan Korkmaz. I expected Spee to be kind of like a Furkan type, where you just put him in there, he shoots threes, and that's it. It's kind of like a laid back Joe Harris, what he does. Because watching Joe Harris tonight, him and Jeff Green are like those glue guys on the Nets that, if they play bad, it can really like change your game. It can really, make you win or lose your game. But yeah, that was kind of my takeaways from this game. Nutty win. Obviously, both teams didn't particularly shoot well. A lot of turnovers, but we came out with a dub, and that's pretty much all that matters. We play, hopefully not a hard team the next game, because I want to be over 500, and that's my goal right now. Let's see who we play. The Raptors tomorrow. So that should be a tough game. If you guys, I don't know how much you guys that are watching this keep up with NBA news, but Kyle Lowry came up with a statement that really sounded like he was out of there. It was something like he'll always end up as a Raptor. He said something about signing a one-day contract if he does get traded. It's things like that just makes me scared that he kind of realized that he is getting traded, or there's talk behind the scenes that they're looking at trades for him. So that's kind of scary. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, subscribe, like, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys later.